After traveling across the country, something became impossible to ignore. In some places, pain, inflammation, and surgery are treated as normal parts of aging. In others, people in their 70s and 80s are hiking mountains with strength, posture, and joy. This series isn't about perfection, extreme fitness, or rejecting medicine. It's about awareness, curiosity, and personal ownership. I believe aging isn't something that just happens to us. Aging is a skill we practice every day. These videos are reflections from life on the road, personal experience, and what I've observed about movement, pain, and possibility as we age. It's a conversation between like-minded, knowledge-seeking people. If this sparked curiosity, stay with me. We're just getting started. Out for a morning walk, trying to get some good sunlight in my eyes. Look at that beautiful Florida morning and sky. I wanted to talk today about pain and inflammation. This is a big one for me. Nearly took me down a couple of years ago. And I really just want to open up the discussion on why we just accept the pain and inflammation as a natural part of the aging process. Why aren't we questioning this? I mean, I know it started for me when I was probably late 40s, early 50s, and I know why I didn't question it. Well, I was running marathons and half marathons and training hard, and then I picked up tennis and I was bike riding 50, 60 miles, 3 or 4 times a week. I thought to myself, well, yeah, pain was a natural part of the process, and I'd hurt one day and be sore, and then the next day I'd be better, until all of a sudden there was a shoulder problem that didn't go away because I'd helped my mom do some gardening and lifted some heavy bags, but it didn't go away. And then a knee that kept swelling up, or I couldn't even get my wedding band onto my ring finger for almost 6 months because that joint had swollen up. And yes, I did go to doctors. Everyone would. I did not have this knowledge. I didn't know what was going on with my body. And so, of course, I was looking for answers. And let's just say Google and the internet was not as informative back then as it is today. And I really appreciate all the knowledge that we can find if we just look for it and use our gut instinct to determine whether that's applicable to us or not, and then also talk to professionals who know about these things and see what they recommend. So I was doing that. And of course I was prescribed anti-inflammatories and told stay off of your injury for a couple of weeks. I'm not a rule breaker. I'm definitely a rule follower, until my gut tells me, nope, that is not working. This may not be my problem. I think I just felt like my dad had told me when I hit 50, I was going to have pain and it was going to stick with me. And I'll be darned if he wasn't right about that. Something in my psyche changed, though. It was right before COVID, the year before COVID, I think I was having the worst pain. And it was our nature to go and spend our summers or a month of the summer in our condo, which we had in Colorado. And I remember the summer before COVID hit, just being in so much pain, I couldn't do my normal hiking. My shoulders were killing me. I couldn't even lift them. And then I'd have a good day and I'd go out and I'd do something and I'd think, yes, it's passed. And the next day I couldn't even get out of bed. I cried more that summer than any year that I've ever cried. I just couldn't believe this was happening to me. Came back home to Florida and continued to have issues. I know that my friends were asking me, do you think you might be depressed? And I would be like, no, I live in Florida. I have a wonderful life, a wonderful husband. Yes, I miss my grandkids and my friends because we had just recently moved to Florida. But no, what do I have to be depressed about? Looking back, I could clearly see that I was suffering from some depression. I just used all my time to try to figure out why I felt like I was a 50-year-old stuck in an 80-year-old body. I did get my answers eventually, and it was a slow process. I lost a lot of muscle, lost a lot of health, trying to find it out because I couldn't be as active as I was. And part of being so active, I found out was my problem. I pushed through the pain too hard. Those little nagging bits of inflammation or discomfort I ignored because exercise and fun and play was my addiction. And of course, sometimes we have to learn our lessons the hard way. I am glad to say that I have learned my lesson. I don't push through pain when something starts showing that it's out of whack. Like even the other day, I noticed my right foot was pointing out to my right side more instead of pointing straight. And I work out barefoot. I know feet are important. And that's a lot of where I had pain in my feet and shoulders when I was at my worst. So I'm like, pay attention to this, Dawn. Make sure every time you are standing or step, you are doing it with that foot facing forward and in the right alignment. I don't mess around anymore. When I see one little thing or feel one little thing, I am on it. Because if we think about it, maybe pain is telling us something and we should stop ignoring it. Now, if you think that it's telling you to take a pill and make it go away, that could be, if that works for you. That wasn't working for me. I knew that pain and inflammation had something to do with my gut, and I worked really, really, really hard to fix my gut. I did that through testing and avoiding foods and introducing them back in, and it took almost 2 years to get that completely straight, but I'm so happy now, and I have a much more diverse amount of foods that I can eat than before. Life is really good, but when I start feeling that pain again, let me tell you, I don't mess around with it. Even if it's because I worked too hard maybe in the gym, I back off. The muscle gains are important, but taking care of my nervous system and my body is way more important. Getting through that painful time in my life was really one of my lowest points, but it was also so valuable to me because it forced me to look at things differently. Has anything like that happened to you, where you really just were forced to look beyond what everyone else was telling you? If so, let me know, because I think it will not only help me, but help other people who might be watching and tuning in to this channel. The next video in this series, we're going to be talking about another big myth, and that is why we accept the wear and tear is inevitable in aging. If that's something you're interested in, make sure that you're subscribed and check out this playlist of Aging is a Skill, because I really want your feedback. You're important to me, and I hope that you share this with other people, because we need to start this discussion. We need to open our imaginations and minds and create energy that moves toward a different way of looking at aging. I know we can do this. I know we can. Thank you so much. If this sparked curiosity, stay with me. We're just getting started.